so started recording in progress. Before we do all of our introductions, thank you all for joining us for the May OCCAP meeting. I'm really excited for you all to hear the presentation from Unite Us. We will go ahead and get started with introductions. My name's Megan Langston. I am the chair of the CAP, Orange County CAP, and I'm also the Chief Community Advisor for Officer for Human Works Foundation. And then also I'll let Aaron introduce himself since he's in the virtual room.
Hello, everyone. I'm Aaron Viveros. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator for Associated Builders and Contractors. We're a nonprofit trade association representing close to 400 members all throughout Southern California. We have state and federal approved apprenticeship programs in sheet metal, low voltage, electrical, and plumbing. Currently, we have an update. We have anybody that wants to get into the trades. We have less than 3 months on sheet metal. So we have a lot of requests from contractors for sheet metal apprentices. And if anybody knows anybody or would like to get into the building trades, please reach out to me. I will leave my cards and applications here with Megan.
Awesome, thank you. I will put his information in the chat so you all can connect with him. So next I'll go to Myra, since she's the next one that I see on my screen.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mayra Gonzalez, and I am from the Orange County Day Reporting Center. And what we do here, we offer a variety of services to our participants. These are individuals on adult supervision with Orange County probation. So we have substance abuse groups, parenting group, anger management, and we have just a bunch of different services. So I'm glad to be here. It's my first meeting, so I'm looking forward to learning and just hearing from all of you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Henry.
All right, let me get this together. All right, my name is Anthony Garrett. I'm a correctional program tech for the Orange County Sheriff's Department here at Theo Lacey facility. Basically, I work on programming and reentry for guys that are soon to be released.
Awesome, thank you, Anthony. I'm glad we were able to meet each other on Friday when we went inside with Danny at the Phoenix house.
Right, not a problem.
All right, former Assistant Sheriff Joe Balecki. Good to see you, sir.
Good morning. You guys that don't know me, I was Assistant Sheriff in charge of custody operations until January of this year when I retired. The CEO's office reached out to me and wanted to know if I would come back on a part-time basis to kind of head up their reentry services for post-custody individuals. So I'll be looking at the build out of some facilities, including juvenile hall, the youth guidance center, the Verdugo facility for probation down in Laguna Hills. So we'll be looking at making all those resource centers for adult as well as juvenile individuals coming out of custody. So I'll be reaching out to you folks as we continue to move forward and try to get a good list of all the nonprofits and all the community-based organizations that offer up resources to these individuals so that we can kind of make it a one-stop shop. When they get out, they can report if they need housing, if they need substance use treatment post-custody, or if they need housing or employment. The goal is to get everybody together and have a resource list so that we can get these folks back on track and prevent them from coming back.
Awesome, thank you, Joe, and you're the perfect person to help spearhead that initiative, so thank you so much. Appreciate you and all you. Vaughn.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vaughn Bernardez. I am the Program Director for Carpenter Training Partners. We offer a 4-month training for construction, but in addition to that, other vocational trades. We teach safety first, as well as all the hand tools and power tools that they're going to be using in the field. Then we connect them with the Carpenters Union, Local 213, for the boot camp, as well as connecting with placement opportunities. We offer a training. We have a training center in Los Angeles as well as Lancaster, and we look forward to opening up a training center in Orange County pretty soon. So thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Vaughn. And then we had Agent Sabota just walk in, so I'll just let her introduce herself.
Hey, everyone, it's Jennifer Swoboda. I'm a parole agent specialist for Orange County. I cover the Anaheim and the Irvine offices. I probably know a lot of you, I'm guessing, on the meeting today from the PAC meetings, which I can talk about at the end of things today, in case you're not involved in the PAC meeting. We would love to have any providers involved. So thanks, Megan.
Awesome, thank you, Jen. Joanna?
Hi, good morning. Very similar to Ms. Mayra. I work for Santa Ana Day Reporting Center. Population is those who are supervised by the parole agents, and we offer family intervention groups, substance abuse groups, employment, transportation, and housing as well.
Awesome, thank you. Sammy?
Hi, everyone. My name is Sammy, and I work for Easter Seals of Southern California as an employment specialist. We do have a program called Next Path, and pretty much we help people with criminal charges who are on parole or probation or in a court diversion program. We help them find jobs, and so it's a lot of one-on-one customized services. We do resume development. We help with job search techniques, interview prep, and then, once they are placed with a job, we also support them in retention support. So for 90 days after that, we're still working with them to make sure that they have everything they need and that everything's going good in their new job.
Awesome, thank you, Sammy. I'm glad you were able to join the meeting.
Thank you.
Lanny, good to see you. Been a while. You're muted, by the way. Still muted. Well, Lanny, you want me to unmute you? You want me to try to unmute you?
Oh,
there
can
we
you
go.
hear me? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, nice to see everyone. This is Lonnie Tianco from, it used to be called OC One Stop. Now the new name is called OC Workforce Solutions. And what we do is we assist our job seekers to help with their job readiness workshops and as well as supportive services and training if needed. So I mean, we can assist on training. So if you have anybody that just coming out and need to change their career, you can call me and refer to me. Okay, thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
Oh, there's my Lisa. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lisa Nomura. I am a Human Works Foundation reentry educator. I am also one of the founding members of the Freedom Fest of Orange County, and an event that we plan on throwing again for the second annual Freedom Fest. And together with Agent Swoboda, Angie, and we are coming together to get it done again this year. So we look forward to a lot of support in that. And I'm formally incarcerated, and I am also the newest membership organizer for CCWP, California Coalition for Women Prisoners.
Yeah, congratulations on that. My dear. Thank you. Karen.
Hey everybody, I'm Karen Williams with 211 Orange County. You know us as the number you can call, just out the number 211 on your phone and get connected to resources. I am interested in letting you know that we've been doing quite a bit with workforce development, and Carol Uri with Returning Home Foundations is on our board. And so we've been talking about, is there a way that we can take some of this population, be able to help bring them into work training at our location. So that's number one. And then the other thing is we have an opportunity right now with a grant with LIFT that we're looking at a number of different ways of using, but what it means is that there will be opportunity for us to have some free rides to give to people. And when you've got people going to going on interviews or having to go to the DMV or whatever, it would be nice if we could partner with you to make that happen.
Awesome. So with Lyft, it's giving them rides to appointments or job interviews. Is that correct?
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
awesome.
we're submitting our application on Friday, but it's one we've received before. And
Okay.
one of the things we're looking at doing is taking people to their COVID vaccinations through the Office on Aging, but I think we're gonna have enough ride opportunities that this might be a really good population to be able to help assist getting that mobility.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For sharing that. And I'm sure we can figure out, I'm sure there's tons of people on here that will take advantage of that and want to connect with you on that. So thank you so much. Lori.
Hey, everybody. My name is Lori Friedman. I'm with Family Financial Management, and I help people get from where they are to where they want to be financially. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you. Arturo.
Hey folks, how you doing? My name is Arturo Hernandez. I'm a senior rehabilitation counselor with the State of California Department of Rehabilitation. We provide vocational services, including employment services, support for training and education for folks that need to get into the job market. We're a state agency, services are free. Only thing it does is cost time and effort on that person's behalf. I work with the Collaborative Court Program. I work with Sammy and Mary over at Easter Shields Next Path. Work with students at Youth Guidance Center. So if you have anyone that needs support for employment or training, we can help them out. I'm going to throw my contact info into the chat.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. Yanira.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Janita Perez with Moms Orange County. We provide help to mothers that are pregnant and fathers. So we have classes for parents. We have also case management education and resources to pregnant women. And once they deliver, we see her and her baby for up to a year. We also have a daddy's boot camp, and we have couples classes and prenatal classes. So if you have a mom that's pregnant or a dad that's expecting a child, please send them to Moms Orange County. We'll be happy to assist them. I'm going to go ahead and share my information in the chat for those of you that are interested in learning a little bit more or sending a client over to Moms Orange County. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for if you guys can hear the horn honking in the background. I know the mic in this room is really sensitive and picking up everything. So next I will go to Jenna Lynn.
Good morning, everyone. Jenna Lynn Santos with Chrysalis. We're a nonprofit agency that is located in Anaheim, but we serve all of Orange County through our services being in person at our office and then also provided virtually. But what we do is we focus on helping individuals in addressing their barriers to employment through providing one-on-one support and resources. All of our resources and support that we provide is all designed to help individuals build their self-confidence, self-sufficiency, and employability. What I tell everyone is at the end of the day, our goal is to help clients find and keep whatever employment it is that they want to look for. Our only requirement is that they're over the age of 18. We do provide an employment specialist who will help them out with their job search, with resumes, practice interviews. If they need interview clothing, we can provide that. If they need licenses and certifications, we can help out with that too. We also have a transitional job program, or a few. Our roads program that partners with Caltrans doing highway maintenance. We are happy to have any of our clients join that. The one thing that I have to say is that they have updated it for anyone that is familiar with our transitional job programs. All of the participants for these programs do have to be vaccinated and also have their right to work documents to be able to participate. But if they don't and they are not open to getting vaccinated, that's okay. We can still help them out. We would just job search with them normally. Other things that we have been added that we've added to Chrysalis is we've added upskill, or we've partnered with OC United Way to oversee the case management for their upskill program. So if you have any questions about that, definitely reach out to me. And then we've also added one of our programs that we previously had in our LA office sector, which provides training for our clients that are justice impacted. So things like government, there's IT, what other ones? There is a bunch of different other trainings. So I don't have an updated flyer just yet. As always, I feel like I'm always giving you guys good news before I have a flyer because I'm too excited to share. But as soon as I get that flyer, Megan, I will send it over to you. But if anyone has any questions or just would like to refer a client over, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I will put my contact information in the chat. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. And I love how you shared the good news, at our meeting and then the flyer follows. So no worries. I see Carol Urie's here. So she just joined us. So Carol, you want to say hi, introduce yourself?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Carol Urie, Returning Home Foundation. We're working on a real special bill today, which I hope to be able to tell you a little bit more about, but it's SB 1008, and there is an attempt to make all calls from Orange County jails and prisons in California absolutely free. So I'm going to give you a little bit later some information about, I think you probably, I'm not talking to anybody that doesn't know about the problems and the wishes of folks that are inside and the need for communication. So we think this is probably a pretty special bill. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol, for sharing that information with us. I appreciate that. And then Carol with HumanWorks. She is, Carol, can you introduce yourself? She's going to be, she's the newest member of the HumanWorks family, and she's going to be taking over Angela's role as secretary.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Carol, and I'm the new admin assistant of HumanWorks and OCCAP secretary. This is my first time joining the meeting, so I'm really excited. I will be dropping my contact info in the chat so you can reach me if you have any questions or need my assistance. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carol. We got two Carols now. And then I see Kevin joined us with Hope Builders.
Yes, good morning, everybody. My name is Cam Mendoza. I'm from Hope Builders. I'm the outreach assistant. And I'm not sure if we were supposed to share something.
Well, I mean, if you just want to share a little blip about the program really quick for those who maybe don't know about Hope Builders.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, so for those that don't know what Hope Builders is or what we do, we provide young adults of ages 18 to 28 to career opportunities and construction, medical assisting, and child behavioral therapy. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll go ahead and put that information down in the chat.
Awesome. Do you have any new cohort starting soon that you're recruiting for?
Yeah, so on June 10th, our construction program is starting soon, and then June 23, we're having our medical assisting program start.
Awesome, cool. So just so you all know, they're recruiting for those programs. And then, I'm going to move on with our agenda. As I said earlier, for those of you who joined shortly after the meeting started, no big deal. I know we're always hopping from meeting to meeting.
I'm thinking maybe leaving on that same day, just go eat dinner, sleep, and come back.
Someone took their cell phone. So anyways, we have a slightly different setup. Typically, after we do the introductions, we move on to our ROI speaker. But we have the opportunity to have Diane from Garden Pathways, be able to share her story about how her organization is using Unite Us to help get their clients either connected to their program or other services within the community. So Diane, would you mind introducing yourself and then sharing how you've been using Unite Us?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So my name is Diane Barrientos. I am the Director of Operations at Garden Pathways, and we provide mentoring services for the formerly incarcerated, as well as at-risk youth. So we utilize as our referral database and our way of providing that continuum of care with our partners in our community. Since we've gotten it, we have, and I can't stress enough friendly and powerful Unite Us is to provide case management for the justice involved or at-risk youth. For us, it is our only we use for referrals. An opportunity to see, especially as coordinators, our front desk even, to see where that referral is in lifetime. So let's say we get a call from or a potential client following up on a phone call. Our front desk that are not providing case management is able to pull that name up and see the referral and then link them appropriately to that mentor that it was assigned to. If one of our partners calls and they want an update on that referral, because they did a hard referral versus sending it through Unite Us, the front desk can find out who was assigned to, how long it's been open, the status of that referral, and then refer them over to that mentor for any additional questions. So for us, it's been amazing to have. It really has, because we can follow up on referrals. I can find out from case management standpoint, what's the holdup on that referral? What's the status of it? Why isn't it been addressed? Because we want to provide that service value for that individual. Because we don't know that, especially with justice involved, that may be the first time they have reached out for help. And for us, it's a powerful tool. I cannot stress it enough. It allows us the opportunity to partner with agencies seamlessly that are part of the network. We do work with the justice involved. It is volunteer basis for our population, or if they are court ordered to anger management or healthy relationships, which is the domestic violence program. If they're being referred from the school, nonetheless, we can still provide that level of service that our clients deserve.
Awesome. So how long have you been using Unite Us?
A little over a year. So ever since it came to Kern County, and be honest, we had heard of Unite Us, that it was being implemented in other areas, primarily for those in the medical field. And we thought, I mean, financially, we're a nonprofit, right? And so when we heard the capacity to provide that continuum of care and follow your referrals, and that there wasn't a cost related to it, it was a no-brainer. Just since then, because we are federally funded, I have shared Unite Us with all, as if they're being released to Kern County, if we have a client being released to Kern County for safety issues or whatever the reason, they're transferring to another county. If our partners that are funded through the same grant are in another county, another city, we can send that referral electronically to that agency and do that warm handoff. So for us, it's crucial to provide that continuum of care for individuals that are already marginalized and vulnerable.
Thank you for sharing that. And then Karen has a question.
So I'm interested, and first of all, you just expressed the benefits of this so wonderfully well. And I think here in Orange County, one of the things that's going on is that we have a number of different platforms, and I'm going to call it technology, right, that are being introduced. Unitas is one. There's the Aunt Bertha platform. There's some stuff that the county's been doing. 211 Orange County has been in development of a community information exchange called Get Help OC. And part of it is to do exactly what you talked about, which is why it's so great to hear about the benefits, because it's to be able to have one central place that all of the agencies in Orange County can be involved in, where you can have privacy, levels. You can lock things off depending if you only want to have one group be able to see certain data versus others, you can do that, which is great. And also we're talking with Unitas, who happens to be one that Kaiser's using, at being able to tie into our system, because we actually are going to we have like 3,000 programs, and it's that curating of the data that is so important. So Megan, one of the things that might be interesting to do, we're up and ready. We're running it with a pilot program right now, and it'd be interesting to see it. And Diane, I would love to reach out to you too and have you take a look at it, since you've had the experience on this other side. It'd be great to get your input.
Great.
Any way I can help, I'm a huge advocate of Unitas, and it allows us that opportunity to work, to be able to deliver the services that are pertinent for the population, and have everyone is trained on Unitas in our office, from those who don't even deliver the case management to our outreach workers.
Mm-hmm.
Friendly, it's so convenient. I can't stress it enough, and I'm always talking about it with our partners, because if they're not on it, you're missing out. That's what I tell them. Oh my goodness, you need to get Unitas. We're sold.
That's great. So Megan, if we get a chance at some point, I'd love to have an opportunity for us to show the Get Help OC, because I think it'll do exactly what you're talking about, which would be nice for the community.
Yes, we can connect offline and be able to arrange that at a future meeting. So thank you, I appreciate that. And thank you, Diane. Does anybody else have any questions for her? I wanted to showcase, a user, right? That was presented to us by Unitas, and have that, again, kind of that ROI, that testimonial piece. And then that way, when Carla goes in to share, how to, navigate the system, the benefits of it, that you kind of, on the back end, I guess you would say. So does anybody else have any other questions for Diane before we move on to Carla being able to start her presentation with Unitas? Diane did a great job of articulating the benefits of Unitas and how great it is and things like that. So
Thank you, Megan.
Well, thank you, Diane. I appreciate you and appreciate what you're doing for your community up there, for the justice involved. And so thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to share.
That's great. That's great.
All right, Carla.
Good morning, everyone. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and thank you again, Megan and the Orange County CAP Alliance, for having me today and share. And thank you so much, Diane, for being one of our partners and for doing all the great work that you are doing in the community and leveraging Unitas to be able to do that. So happy to hear those stories. Thank you very much. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk to you all about Unitas as a tool for you all to use to connect the individuals that you're working with in one shared platform. So As Diane shared, she's really been leveraging this platform to assist individuals that are coming out of the out of jails and or just even in her organization, and trying to find and connect them to those employment opportunities, those housing opportunities, the services that her organization does not provide. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then as Karen shared, definitely there's a lot of platforms in Orange County right now. So this is definitely one of them. And I know that there's different mandates, but I think with all of the technology that's coming around, there's really a lot of opportunity for us to find a way of how to work all together. Because at the end of the day, the main point is to really ensure that the individuals that we're working with are connected to services. So just to start, I want to introduce myself. I jumped ahead a little bit, but my name is Carla Reyna, and I'm a community engagement manager at Unite Us. And in my role, I'm really focused on connecting with different organizations, learning about their programs and services, and inviting them to be one of the partners on the platform. I have a Master of Social Work from Cal State Long Beach, Go Beach. And I've worked in nonprofits and higher education as well as healthcare. So I know that sometimes when we're working with different populations, you are all the experts in this field. So I really invite you to participate in this presentation, provide feedback. And really, I want to know what the gaps, what the resources there are. I know that in your introductions, you all shared that you provide services, one, and that you are looking to further link to each other and to make sure that the individuals that you serve have access to resources and services. So this is a wonderful platform for you to be able to do so. And I will share a little bit about that. So a little bit about Unite Us. The company started in 2013, and it is a nationwide technology company that builds coordinated care networks of health and social service providers. It was founded by two veterans. After they came out of the armed forces, they were trying to get connected with services in the community, and they found it very difficult to do so. So they started, spreading the network, talking to each other, trying to find resources, and they began with a veteran network. So similar to how you guys are creating a reentry network, they started a veteran network, and then they realized that not just veterans are having problems connecting to services or re-entering into like civilian life. So then they created Unite Us. So now Unite Us is a nationwide company. And in California specifically, the dark blue areas are the areas in which the networks are live or active. And then the lighter blue areas are areas where we are currently expanding to. So in Orange County specifically, we have 120 network partners. So our network has been active for 1 year. So we have 120 network partners. There's 160 network partner locations. And there is 199 programs that are actively receiving referrals through this network. So you could see that the top programs that are being offered are individual and family support, education, mental behavioral health, food assistance, physical health, etc. So these are programs that as you're working with an individual, you could go into the Unite Us platform, search for the service, and send a direct electronic referral to these different organizations. And then these organizations are able to respond to you and say, yes, we'll accept your referral, or we're going to decline the referral at this time because we don't have capacity, because we don't have the individual's contact information, we can't get in contact. So now you're able to see where your referrals are going, what the outcomes are, and how you can intervene. So when we're talking about justice involved and social determinants of health, what we're trying to do is to address the cycle of needs and to address the cycle of incarceration. So we know that justice-involved individuals have high rates of chronic health conditions, substance use disorder, and mental illness. These conditions, if often left unaddressed, then they contribute to a cycle of incarceration. So that's why we're all really coming together. There are vast disparities in incarceration rates based on race, ethnicity, with ripple effects that have long-term consequences for communities of color. Additionally, the US has the highest incarceration rate in the world. There's also high recidivism rates, and there's lots of investments in the criminal justice system. So what we're doing in Unite Us is to really bring all the stakeholders together. You guys are all the stakeholders. As I mentioned, you're all the experts. So what we're trying to do is we're partnering with you all. So law enforcement, courts, corrections, community-based organizations, reentry organizations, and we want to know about the programs that you're offering and then bring us all together onto one shared network. So the idea of coordinating services, where did that come from? So we recognize that through coordinated services, we're able to improve outcomes. If I'm doing one thing over here and somebody else is doing one thing over there, and we say, okay, client, go from point A to point B, we don't know, there's so many barriers in between for them to going to point A to point B. So through this coordinated care network or through Unite Us, we're able to reduce some of those barriers. So what Unite Us is doing is we're trying to help divert individuals from entering the jail and prison system by coordinating wraparound services. We're facilitating successful reentry through coordinated warm handoffs to mental health and substance use providers and other services like job training. Reducing recidivism rates by ensuring justice-involved populations receive the necessary services after they release from the correctional facilities. We're able to track outcomes such as the most common request for service and length of time for case closure and for addressing any gaps or fragmentation in supportive services. And we're improving individual and community health outcomes in the long term through investment in health and social care. So we're all doing this together. This is what it may look like for an individual who is accessing services. So some of the entry points, how would you all be able to support someone through the Unite Us platform to connect them to services? So we can see, for example, on the left-hand side, an individual is arrested for an offense and is enrolled in a diversion program. So from there, an individual who works in the courts or is a social worker, they can then go into the Unite Us platform, look for the different services, and send referrals to those other organizations that provide the services that the individual needs. So they may be connected to affordable health insurance. They may be connected to food, to affordable housing, a linkage to treatment. So we're able to do this all on one shared platform. Of course, client privacy is our priority. So we never share a client's data without their consent. We're able to get the consent in our platform in 6 different ways. One of them is through user attestation. So if we're thinking about how am I supposed to get this client's consent? So it could be done by user attestation. This may look like through a phone call, I'm able to read the consent over the phone to the individual. And if they say yes, then I could go ahead and sign on their behalf. That'll allow me then to move forward with any of the referrals that they need as part of their reentry planning. We also provide text messages, emails. The consent form is available as a download in multiple other languages, and then it can be re-uploaded. And then there's also verbal or audio consents. So we also like to say that the consent in our platform is specific to saying, yes, I agree to have my information shared through the Unitas platform to other organizations. If you have any consent processes in place already, this does not supersede it. We ask that you continue to do your own consent processes, and then this is just specific to the Unitas platform. We also protect our clients' most sensitive information. So when we're talking about sensitive services, so mental health, substance use, support services, domestic violence, juveniles, these are categories or populations that are sensitive. And so in our platform, if your organization is providing a sensitive service, your organization is categorized as a sensitive organization. This means that if an individual, let's say a food pantry, sends a referral to a mental health provider, the food pantry staff is only able to see that the mental health provider accepted the referral or declined the referral. That's it. They won't be able to see any additional information. But let's say a mental health provider sends a referral to a substance use support service or a rehabilitation home. They are able to see that shared client information because they're both sensitive services. But let's say the food pantry also sends a referral. The food pantry will not have any idea that that sensitive service is even being provided. It will not show. So that's how we can protect sensitive services. We also keep client data secure. So our platform is HIPAA, FERPA, 42 CFR certified and follows and is HITRUST certified. So as I mentioned a moment ago, sensitive organizations. So we are able to provide that extra layer of service for sensitive services. As I mentioned, any organizations that are subject to 42 CFR, offer HIV or AIDS support, provides domestic or sexual violence support, or legal services. Additionally, we recognize that there might be other organizations that serve another subset of population that also want to be classified as sensitive. And so that may be adult protective services, individuals who are undocumented, individuals who identify as LGBTQIA+, people with disabilities, child welfare agencies, and for individuals who are justice involved. So this is a little preview into our platform. And the idea is that we, through this coordinated network, we are able to see a single client's journey among multiple providers. So on the screen, you see Kiki Williams. And so right below that, you're able to see who's a part of her care team. And you're able to see the open cases that Kiki has. So now if I'm working with Kiki, I'm able to see, great, she has an open case for benefits navigation. She has school meals. She's in the process of getting housing. And so I'm able to see these different services. As I mentioned, depending the service type that I have, I may not be able to see those sensitive services. But also you're able to see a client timeline. So the client received services, I couldn't contact them. And so now we have a little bit of that case management piece. So here, your organization is able to accept referrals. And so what that would look like is that this is our home screen. You're able to click on the referral that was received. You're able to review the referral and accept it. You're able to enroll that individual into a program and assign that individual to a staff person. And this will then create a case. And then once that individual has provided that service, you're able to close out that case with an outcome. And so now the organization that originally sent you this referral, they're able to be provided with updates along the way. And that's that piece that we're missing. What happened? We don't know what happened. So this platform is helping us to answer that question. Furthermore, as some of you mentioned, you really need, as you're working with an individual, you need to be able to find resources in the community, and not only to find them, but to make sure that the individual is eligible for the services. And then furthermore, to be able to connect them directly. And so through our platform, you're able to see a map function, create a referral for your client, select the organization or organizations, and send the referral to an individual. We also have different assessments built into the platform, and these assessments help to gather additional information. We also have a screener, a COVID-19 screener. So depending on your organization, you're able to say, okay, I want to ask this individual a few different questions. And then based on that screener, then you're able to say, we have a feature that provides suggested referrals. And then through those suggested referrals, you're able to say, great, I'm going to connect you to housing. I'm going to connect you to food. And so now you have a dashboard of suggested referrals that you could provide that referral for individuals. So at the end of the day, a common question that we get is, whose data is it? At the end of the day, it's your data. And with that data, you're able to track your organizational activity, measure the impact that you're making. And this will also help to inform community reinvestment decisions. So as I mentioned at the beginning, there's a lot of money that is put into justice reform. And so we need to be able to provide the data behind the services that you guys are all providing. And so our platform is able to provide you with that information. So lastly, before we wrap up, something that I like to ask is, how do you, just to get you thinking, how do you make referrals? Where do you send most of your referrals? Do you send them to specific partners? Do you make them via phone call, via text, via fax? So through our platform, all of these can be streamlined. And that's really the idea, to keep it all in one place so that an email doesn't get accidentally deleted or a client doesn't fall through the cracks. Secondly, how do you follow up on referrals? Are you calling this organization, that organization? What happened? And I heard some of you do. So ideally, through the platform, you're able to get those updates and you're able to get those outcomes. Great. John, I see that he received the service that I referred him to. Fantastic. Let me keep on moving on. So, and lastly, how do you receive referrals? What types of services are you receiving referrals for? And how does someone access your services? Is your eligibility criteria evident from the get-go? Is it available on your website? As a social worker, when I was trying to connect individuals to services, I would have to Google tons of information, or if I provided a resource directory, then that individual had to call one by one. And oftentimes they were, declined, or the organization didn't provide the service anymore because my resources were out of date. So the idea of this platform is that the services are up to date, the information is available, and furthermore, you're able to make those direct referrals. So if you guys are interested in learning more or joining, there is zero cost for nonprofits to join the platform. Additionally, there's no cost for safety net clinics. This includes federally qualified health centers, behavioral health centers. And then for county departments, city departments, public healthcare systems, and county healthcare agencies, these organizations are given 25 web-based licenses for free. And then county departments are entitled to 3 departments for 25 licenses each. And then beyond that, then there's a cost. But for the most part, there is no cost to use this platform. So as I mentioned, and as I shared, it's really more than just giving referrals. It's all about coordination. And as you all are meeting as part of this alliance, that's what you're really trying to achieve, that coordination. And so we believe that Unite Us is a great tool for you all to be able to do that. For final steps, if you're not currently a part of Unite California, but you'd like to join or learn more, I could drop a link for you with my contact information. And if you say like, oh my God, this is fantastic, I'm ready to join, then we have a partner registration form. But I really like to have these different workflow conversations to make sure that this is a good fit for you as well. If your organization has joined and you're saying, okay, what do I do now? Well, log in, meet with me, let's get training, let's make sure your programs are up to date. And then if your organization is already using Unite Us, as mentioned, we have ongoing trainings. So Diane mentioned this. We have ongoing trainings all the time. I, as a community engagement manager, am available. And so the idea is really to make sure that you have all the tools at your fingertips so that you could connect and support the individuals that you're serving. So this is my contact information. Should you have any questions, and I will also drop it in the chat. And then I just want to open it up for any questions. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Carla. That was amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
First, I was really, really excited about the program. Then I got a little angry because I'm like, why have we been working so hard these past years? This is an amazing program. So I'm excited again.
Good.
I do have a question about the population. So we serve, justice involved, people on parole and probation, but does the system also cater, and I know vets, but does it also cater to youth? And exactly. Other, okay.
Yeah, so it's really catered to any population.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not to any one specific population. And so as I mentioned about workflow, that's something that we could talk about. And then in working with sensitive populations, they can be classified as sensitive. So that gives an added layer of protection.
Privacy and security.
Yeah.
Okay. And then last question for me, how much would it be for one site license?
I need your help here with a cat. Come here.
I'm sorry, say that question again.
What would be the cost for one site license if we need to pay for it?
So I believe one license is about $2,100.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's something, depending on your organization setup, that's something that we could discuss offline. And then, because most of the organizations that we've been working with have no cost. Yeah.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Vaughn, for the question. Does anybody else have any questions for Carla? She did a very thorough presentation in a short period of time. She's a pro, though. I'm glad she geared it towards the reentry, justice involved. Anybody else have any questions for her? No? Wow. I guess you did a really amazing job.
Everything was answered.
Just wanted to thank you, Carla, and thank you, Diane. One thing that Diane put in the chat was that she's added the Unite Us training to her onboarding process. So that I saw that pop up in the chat. So I thought that was useful, and I'm sure that's helped her organization using that platform. Diane, was there anything else you wanted to add that she didn't say in there? Since you are a power user, your organization is.
I think it's a great tool, as I said, to monitor your referrals, and it's also a good tool to develop your staff, providing that level of service. That's it.
Yeah. If I could add one thing, if we're talking about really the biggest problem with staff turnover, or individuals that have been working at organizations for a really long time, those individuals are the experts and they have these different connections and resources. As soon as they leave that organization, that information unfortunately goes with them. And so when it comes to, because I said, I have a background in social work. So when you go into a new organization, you have to find all of those resources in a community or for specifically that community. And so this platform helps with that learning curve. You don't have to be an expert. And it allows for individuals to be connected to services faster. Because if you have to wait for me to learn about the services and to make those connections, it's going to take you a longer time to get your clients connected to services. So this really helps to bridge that service gap and then also make it a little bit more efficient.
Thank you for adding that last tidbit, Carla. So, I just want to, say that, OCCAP is really about presenting information to the group and making sure that we all understand the different resources and programs that are in our community, so that if it's something that you want to utilize or send your clients, to take advantage, it's just, CAP is just about presenting information to the group. So I just wanted to, have that, announce that out there. So if no one else has any questions for Carla or Diane, we'll just continue on with the meeting. There's not too much more, so we will end up probably finishing a little bit early, which is always a good thing to get your life back, as I like to say. So don't have my dual screen here, so give me a second. All right. So some updates and some news. We're going to go through that. So the OCCAP team is growing. So super excited to announce that Angela recently graduated from ASU. So congratulations with her master's. So she's going to be moving into like an advocacy role as Carol takes over the secretary for OCCAP. And then Lisa is going to be also doing the community events and engagement. So one of the things that we have talked about as a collective, and just with Lisa and Angela, and just with other sidebar conversations that I have with a lot of individuals that attend meetings, is really wanting to actually engage the justice involved community. So putting on actual events catered towards them, and kind of shifting and not only presenting our services and kind of doing what PAC's doing, but kind of different and kind of focused on specific topics. So that's kind of what we're going to be moving into come 2023. And even towards the end of 2022. So, Lisa did an amazing job with Nation Sabota and Angela and some of the other women that put together the Freedom Festival. And that's just one of the things that we want to continue to do to highlight and celebrate the reentry community. So yeah. And then Lisa finally got accepted. Her clearance application went through. She attended her security orientation with Deputy Taylor yesterday. So I will be reaching out to Melody to get her going inside so we can speak to the ladies in there, since it's been a while, because Susan was our only female to be able to speak to the women in there. So I'm glad that we can get Lisa in there to be able to share her amazing story and just be a ray of light and hope for those women inside. So really excited about that. So we're continuing to accept, if you want to submit your information to be able to just put it on the flyer, that when we go inside, I just briefly share, what these organizations do, and be able to let them, be able to contact you once they get out. So we're continuing to revise the flyer. Carol will be doing the next revision. We did have a couple more submissions. So it needs to be revamped. So that'll continue to happen. So if you're not already on the flyer, please submit your information so that I can get that in there when we go inside the Lacey. Agent Sabota?
Yeah, the next PAC meeting, which is the Parole and Community Team Meeting, it's kind of an orientation meeting for everyone who's released from state prison in Orange County. We do it every 30 days. It's always the second Wednesday of the month, always at 10 o'clock. And we have a wonderful partner in the Streetlight Church, which is in Westminster. I did put the flyer in the chat also, but if you have any questions about it, or if you want to come and you've never been, please do so. Just send me an email. I'm officially off this week, but I will be responding to emails the Tuesday after Memorial Day. So I just want to thank Megan again for everything, for all this collaboration, and wish everyone a really happy Memorial Day.
Thank you. And then for our, our community partner hire, this is something that OPREP used to do, was the annual reentry resource fair. Since when Megan used to head that community group, that was something that she did regularly. So she is using that same concept and doing that underneath hire. And so hire will have their first annual reentry resource fair on June 14th. So if you are, if you're a provider and you're not already signed up, please reach out to Megan. This event, to also send your clients, but just let them know they can't bring their children, just because for the 8109s, they want to be mindful of that. So just let them know that there's no children allowed at this event. It's going to be at the Honda Center in Anaheim, so from 11 to 2. So hopefully you all can participate, or at least participate by sending clients to this, because it's not just about resources, it's also employment. So there's a lot of different things that are going to be there. Our friends at GEO, they have their community connection meetings that they do. It's the third Wednesday of every month. So if you're a provider and you're not already sharing, your programs with them, I would encourage you to do that, so that you can, let them know, their clients know what's available and what your organization is offering. And then Carol, I have did you want to speak about SB?
Yeah, just a little bit more. Hi, everybody. Returning Home, by the way, we're not advocates. We're an educational foundation, and formed around providing information about recidivism, and of course, supporting groups and programs that obviously help reentry and reduce recidivism. So when I find something that is evidence-based and that reduces recidivism, you're stuck with hearing about it. This happens to be a bill. It's called Keep Families Connected, as you can see. We have passed the Senate Safety Committee and the appropriations in the Senate, and it will be going to the floor for voting. What is it? It has offered to go to the Budget Committee and request directly money from the California budget to pay for this, so that your local jails and prisons do not have to pay for it. And it is free phone calls. The allowance is 60 minutes per day. The bill is can be found online, but basically it's going to tell you that you have ratios of how many phones per person and all that good stuff, but it does allow for free phone calls. If you feel this is an important issue, as I said, it is evidence-based, and research has shown that people that stay in touch with their incarcerated loved ones, that recidivism is reduced and reentry is more successful. If you feel it's important, it's simply call your senator, and they'll take a phone call. You tell them what your name or your association is, tell them that you oppose it or you're for it. And they don't usually ask a lot more questions than that. And I wanted to bring this to your attention. It will go to the Senate before we meet next. So this is a little preliminary. We still have to go to the House of the Assembly as well, but take a look at it and please let me know if there's any other questions, or you can email me.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you always bringing the good juicy stuff to the meetings and providing us really good information. So I always appreciate you. Does anybody have any questions or any other things that they would like to share that they weren't able to share at the beginning, or maybe they hopped on a little bit late during the meeting? No? All right, well, next month, our meeting is June 29th from 10 to 11:30. Oh, it looks like Myra has her hand raised.
Yes, I actually wanted to share something before we go. So we were very inspired by Officer Sabota's women's group that she has for parolees. And last year, we started a women's support and empowerment group for women on probation. So we meet every third Thursday of the month here at our Orange County Day Reporting Center. And we have different topics like sobriety recovery, overcoming the cycle of homelessness, and just various topics. So that's something available to women on probation. They don't have to be enrolled in our program to join us. They can just show up, they can bring their child and, just be part of that group. So that's something available that I wanted to share that we're super excited about.
That's amazing. Do you have a flyer?
I'm finishing it up and then I'll send it over to you, Megan.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'd love to, be able to share that flyer and blast it out in the recap email that Carol will be sending out here, either in the next couple of days or, right after the Memorial holiday, which will have, the recording in there and any flyers or anything like that shared during today's meeting. Our meeting's going to be, our next meeting is Wednesday, June 29th, same time, 10 to 11:30. This is really cool because it's our 3rd year anniversary. So I can't believe that this has been going on for 3 years. We didn't let COVID, let us lose steam. So we just kept going, and this is all possible because of individuals like yourself, and being able to continually, serve the community and help them, and being able to continually want to learn more about either the struggles that they face on a day-to-day basis by, hearing the ROI speakers, share their story. Letting us be able to connect, differently with each of our clients that, that we interact with. And then also hearing, the different services that are available in the community, and continually being able, because things are always changing. And so it's always good to hear, what's happening, and we don't get to know about all the different programs. So that's, again, what CAP is all about, is, connecting and being able to help, reduce recidivism in the community by sharing the resources and building that community partnership, and just letting them know that there is hope and that we are there for them, and that we want to see them be successful if they choose to do that for themselves. So again, thank you so much, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your week, and happy Memorial Day. Hopefully it will have really nice weather so that we can barbecue and be outside, maybe go to the beach or be in the pool, and not have this weird overcast weather that we keep having. I know we are spoiled in California, so I shouldn't complain too much. But anyway, so thank you all so much. And for those of you that we wanted to connect offline, I'll make sure that we connect. So thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Thank you.